What's up? It's your Otaku Tour Guide here, coming at you with another comic haul video. And boy, it was a fun weekend. I spent a lot of money, but it's all good. So let me just show you what I got. First of all, I got a short box. I got this short box. It's used, but I got it for a good price. And I also picked up 25 comics. So let's get into this. We're gonna tell you, where we went, what we paid, and we're gonna take a look at the books we got. So generally, I kind of give all the pricing and whatnot up front, but let's just go right into the books, and then we'll review what I paid in total and the value I got at the very end, and you can stick around to watch that. All right, see you back in a few. Okay, so here we are. I just love showing this book off. But seriously, this book I got for 25 cents at Half Price Books. Go check out my last haul video to find out, the details of this. But basically, I paid under $17, got 31 books. This was one of them. This was the other big one from that haul. 31 books under $17. I mean, these two books, this is about a $100 book. This is about, $70 book. So, I mean, that haul under $17 got a value of about $350. And so really pleased. So what happened this weekend was my wife gave me $200 to spend on comics. And so, I mean, that's a rare, I don't know, maybe she was just feeling generous, or maybe she's wanting something in return at some point. But whatever the reason, I was just very happy and pleased to get $200 to spend on comics. Now, I pretty much spent it all. I have a few dollars left, but I spent half of the 200 on some comics that are coming. So I'll do that in another haul video. And then I'm not going to tell you what else I spent, but basically I got 25 books. So we're going to go through the books, and then we'll review what I spent and the value I got. So let's just jump right in. First up, X-Men 92, issue 9. And this is, David Nakayama is just one of my favorite artists, my favorite current artists. And this is another example of just the great work he does. And I love his kind of signature here at DNA. That is just a really cool signature there for his works. And these are just amazing covers. So, I got this for $1.66 at Hill of Comics. They've got a special deal where you can buy 3 comics for $5. And so this was one of the comics I picked up. Great cover, great Apocalypse cover. And again, happy to just pick up another great David Nakayama book. It's just an amazing cover. Loving his work. Okay, moving right along. I picked this up at Geek Comics, and for those of you who watch, Comic Tom 101, Those guys are local to my area. And so I go to, in my previous comic haul video, I picked up some books there, but they were mostly back issues. But this time around, I went there with the intent, now that I had some money, I went there with the intent to get some modern books, specifically Peach Momoko. Now you go around the LCS, Peach Momokos are really sort of, priced a little high. A lot of shops put a premium on the variant covers for Peach Momoko, so they're really hard to find. But the great thing about Geek Comics is they have a lot of variant cover artists, and they sell them for cover price. So I got 6 Peach Momoko books, and I got them all at cover price. So really happy with this pickup. This is Demon Days X-Men, and this is a book that Peach not only did the cover, she did the interior art, and she did the story. So this is sort of kind of like officially her first story and art comic book, Demon Days, and it's just an amazing cover here. This is Psylocke, and you just the art, just the backgrounds, it's just a beautiful piece of work. I love Peach Momoko. She's Jim Lee will always be my favorite, but I think Peach Momoko is fast becoming my second favorite artist. Next Peach Momoko cover. Oh man, when I saw this, I instantly fell in love with this cover. So this is Elektra. This is Devil's Reign #1. And this is her, Peach's take on Elektra. Elektra's now the new Daredevil. And this comic book is just kind of leads up to her becoming Daredevil. So it's really cool. Again, I paid cover price for this, and love it. Love every Peach Momoko book I got. It's instantly one of my favorites. And I'm not buying these books because I think they'll go up in value, to be honest. I think these variant covers, but just beautiful. Look at that work. Amazing. And these aren't necessarily in any order. I kind of put them in alphabetical order for the most part. So first one was Demon Days, then we have Devil's Reign. The next book is a character I don't really collect, but Peach Momoko, so this is Vampirella 15, and her variant cover. And this character is just so cool. Vampirella looks Asian there, and just really amazing cover. She's got a bat on her hand. She's kind of sitting on the moon. It looks like it's just a pretty cover. So Vampirella, again, not a character I collect, but this is just a great cover of Vampirella. And I know how popular Vampirella is, so I kind of just bought it for the cover. And they had a lot of different, characters out there, but this one really just kind of like was the most eye-appealing one and the one I wanted to get. So I may go back to Geek and pick up some more Peach Momoko covers at some point. I'm sure I will at some point. Maybe if there's something, that's released. I see something, that she did, and I want to pick it up. I'll stop by there and try to pick it up on like New Comic Book Day or whatever. Happy to have this in my collection. Vampirella 15. Again, cover price. Okay, next. This is just an amazing cover. Yeah. More amazing when so in Japanese culture, these are chrysanthemums, and chrysanthemums are very beautiful flowers, and they're very high maintenance flowers, but these are specifically cultivated for funerals. So when people die, chrysanthemums just kind of symbolize, you know, death and loss. And so so when she drew this cover, she knew exactly, you know, the meaning of these flowers. So these mums, these chrysanthemums are kind of like wilting, and the petals are falling off as venom is standing amongst these stems. Just a beautiful cover. And yeah, Venom, you know, who doesn't love Venom? Venom is just such an iconic comic book character. All right, next we have X-23 and her wolves. This is a Laura Kinney, and now this is another character. Again, I collected in the era of the 90s X-Men and the 80s X-Men, the Burien and Claremont X-Men. So my only real knowledge of this character and her stories aren't from comic books. They're from Old Man Logan. When I watched Old Man Logan, that's the first time I really knew there was somebody who's, you know, has Wolverine's sort of healing factor in claws, bone claws. And she's now fast become kind of his heir to the Wolverine throne. And our last book, our last Peach Momoko book, is X-Men 1, Volume 6, X-Men 1. This is, when I saw it, I was just like, oh my God, this is just an amazing cover. So Sunfire is one of my favorite characters. He's really the sort of the first cool Asian character you saw in comics. I mean, you have, you know, characters like Shang-Chi, and you have, I'm sure there's a bunch of Asian, like, you know, characters who did martial arts and whatnot, but they were all kind of just lame and based off of like really bad negative stereotypes. So as an Asian person, you just really can't stand behind those characters. Sunfire was a character you could stand behind, but at the same time, they made Sunfire an asshole, and those, you know, he was kind of like a villain because, you know, I guess they thought, you know, being from Japan obviously made you villainous. That faded after many years, but now, yeah, he's definitely a hero now. But in that early X-Men, he was a real asshole, and I just didn't appreciate, you know, Claremont making him so one-dimensional and so, like, you know, kind of like nationalistic and out for his own, you know, own self-interest, or just only looking out for the interest of his country. I mean, that's such a bad character portrayal, whether it's a hero or a villain, just to make him that sort of one-dimensional. Hopefully they're doing a better job with the character now, and if this cover is any indication, look at that, you know, that mask right there. Just amazing. Just amazing. Again, just instantly, these six Peach Momoko covers are instantly six of my most, you know, popular or liked comics. Okay. All right, so all the Peach Momoko stuff is done now. Now we're going to get into some of the pickups I did. And so this is my one of my pickups. I got this over, so Milk. So I got all the Peach Momoko variants again at Mill Geek Comics in Mill Creek, Washington. Great shop. Go check them out. They do Whatnot sales. Russ does Whatnot sales, and oh, that's the other thing. I'm gonna just share some photos with you real quick here as I talk. Russ, I didn't know this, but so I've spoken to Russ maybe a few times when I visited the shops in the past. And he's really knowledgeable and friendly and has a good conversation with you about comics. He's a really great guy. But I never knew he was a Peach Momoko fan. And apparently he's friends with Peach Momoko, and these are two of the art pieces, original artwork hanging in Mill Geek Comics. And he has a lot of her original artwork. And from, according to her agent, Russ is the largest owner of original Peach Momoko art in the world. So when I heard that, I was just like, oh my goodness, wow. So that's just kind of cool. I think the fact that he has that relationship with her, like he's friends with her, and then he also buys her artwork. I'm sure he's probably getting a friend discount, but man, the fact that he has access and he's spending, you know, I'm sure early on it was cheap, but now, yeah, to get original Peach Momoko, it's gonna cost some coins. So kudos to Russ. Man, those two pieces in the comic shop are just amazing to stare at. And then hopefully, you know, Russ at some point will share what else is in his collection. Okay, now I picked this up from Ancient Comics. This is, again, Ancient Comics is my go-to. It's my favorite comic shop. The reason being, the guy there, Jeff, I just like hanging out with him while I'm, you know, looking for comics. And he's just a great guy too. Knowledgeable, just friendly, and he's got great deals. For example, so the sticker price says $8, and as you know, his bins are priced like this, but they're actually 50% off bins. So this is a $4 book. And this is a really clean copy. Nothing wrong with the book, except there's, I don't know if you can see it right here in the corner here. Is it in this corner? Yeah, in this corner. Where is it? Oh yeah, here. You can see, it's not color breaking, but you can see there's like a slight like bend. You probably can't see it there. There it is. You see it there in the light? There's a slight bend, so that can press out, no problem. This is high grade. I'd put it at a 9.0, maybe higher. With the press, definitely, it definitely needs to get that pressed out to get the 9.0 or higher. But just a great cover. Yeah, great John Byrne. He's in the cover. I love when the artists show up in the covers. And there's a Doctor Doom cover. Honest, Doctor Doom is not in this Marvel comic. So just a funny cover. This one books at $20, and I was able to pick it up for $4. Real high grade copy. So thanks to Jeff at Ancient Comics. And I got him out of Jeff's quarter bins. Now, I didn't go through all of his quarter bins because he has so many quarter bin books. It would just be a waste of time to sift through all the quarter bin books. But so when I was there at the last time, I just didn't have enough money to pick up this one, but I kind of ran across it again in the quarter bins today, so I picked it up. It's this great Alex Ross cover. And Superman, you know, it's not, he's in the sun, so he's got this just amazing sort of reddish orangish tone to him. And again, it's an amazing Alex Ross cover. Anytime Alex Ross does Superman, you know, you just got to pick it up. So it's just him on the cover here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cover. Yeah. Again, not worth a lot. Got it for $1. And I also found this. This is this is not worth a lot either. It's like a $5 comic, but again, I got it from the quarter bin, and so it's a newsstand copy. It's a 40-cent cover, 1979 book. It's a Ross Andru Superman cover, and this is World of Krypton. So it's kind of like a origin. It's a three issue like mini series called The World of Krypton, and you know, it's a Bronze Age book. When I saw this, first of all, what usually when you see a Bronze Age book of no significance, it's usually just a beat up copy. But when I found this, like, take a look how clean this is. No spine ticks whatsoever. The corners are just super sharp. This is a 1970. This looks like this was you know, like this is like a new comic. It has just a new comic feel. So when I first saw it, I thought, is this a reprint? What's going on? Then I looked in the book. This is actual from 1979. It's a 1979 book. It's just a really clean copy. So I was just ecstatic to pick this up. 1979 Superman book, DC Comic Bronze Age book for less than the 79 cover price. Yes, thank you. I'll pick that up every day. And again, it's probably like a $5 book in this grade, probably maybe higher. Could be higher. There are probably not a lot of books on the census for this particular copy, and this has 9.8 potential. I mean, this has 9.8 potential even without a press. But with a press, we could see it come back at 9.8. So just be interesting. That may be something I want to do. Maybe get this graded at some point. It is a great cover. So yeah, looks like something's coming out of his crotch. It's a rocket. I found this, as I mentioned in a previous video, Geek has a back issue bin of older comics, but they're all reader copies. They're all kind of beat up. But you can really find some gems in there. They won't be the highest grade, but they're high value books. So even if you get them in mid to low grade, they're still valuable books. And so the bin, there's $3 a book in the bin, but if you get 5, it's $10. So you're getting essentially $2 a book if you get 5 of them. And so I was able to pick out 5 books from that $3 bin, and this I got for $2. So this is a $2 copy of Superman. What number is it here? 254. Now this is a key book, but the interior art on this book, on one of the stories, was by Neil Adams. So this is a Neil Adams interior art book, and that's where it draws its value. Again, a near mint copy of this will run you hundreds, but I was able to pick this up for again $2, and this is it's got rusty staples. And I think someone at some point had pressed this book, so it kind of looks crispy, just really minty. It's got, like a crease here. Its spine is really clean, though. I don't know if you can tell from the picture. or from the video, that's a clean spine. Look at that. There aren't really evidence of spine ticks. The corners are sharp. So aside from the rusty staple and a few just minor, bends in the book, I checked out the back. The back looks fine too. There's a little bit of foxing, just a yellowing on the back cover, as well as the interior pages. But given the age of this book, it's not surprising. I could see this coming back a solid 5.0, and possibly a 6.0 or 6.5. So that would put this comic right around the mid-$20 range, which is just great. Again, the significant, it's a Neil Adams book. He's not on the cover, it's not a Neil Adams cover, but it's a Neil Adams book. I was able to get it for $2. You'd be a fool not to pick up a Neil Adams book from the Bronze Age for $2. So had to have it, got it. This next book is from Action City Toys and Comics in Federal Way, Washington. And it was my second time in the shop. And the first time I went, I didn't get a good impression. I kind of went in looking for books, walked out without buying anything because they didn't really have anything that I wanted. And I was reminded today, I just went there because it was kind of in the route. I was planning on hitting up, Ancient Comics in the morning, and then going to this place, and then hitting up Hill of Comics as my last stop. So I went in there just looking for like Peach Momoko covers or maybe some good back issues. This shop, for example, a lot of the X-Men books I'm looking for are $5 or under, right? They had all those books for like $10, which is ridiculous. So I just wasn't expecting. I was looking through their long boxes and just going, man, overpriced. Everything was overpriced until I ran into this copy. This is a really clean copy, and it's also a black cover. So when you take into consideration that it's a black cover, and so I got this for $10. Just really, I looked at the back too. The back is clean, it's perfect. And I just think this is an instance where this was priced probably maybe a while back, before all the Daredevil stuff went through the roof. This was probably priced somewhere, and I just found it in their long box, ran across it. But when I saw the price, I was like, that can't be right. This, of all the overpriced stuff, this is going to be underpriced. This Frank Miller, Klaus Janson cover is going to be with Elektra and Daredevil with samurai swords fighting the Hand. This is a key issue. This is the death of the Hand. Okay, and so just that cover, this cover alone makes it just a really desirable book. But at this grade, this is like a $50 book. So just really happy to pick up a $50 book for $10. And so you'll find that this is what I'm finding. When you dig, you'll find the treasures, you'll find the value. You just kind of have to know what you're looking for. You have to have an app also, like if you run across something, this looks valuable, that looks underpriced, and just verify it through your app. Lately, I've been using Key Collector Comic, the app, to just be like, have my keys there, the keys that I want at the push of a button. So if I'm looking through Daredevil, a Daredevil run, I'll have my Daredevil keys up This isn't a key on that app, but it is a key in the run. This is from Geek, and this was from that, again, the lot of 5 for 10. So this is a $2 book. This is a pretty clean copy. I would say it's a solid 8.5, maybe an 8.0 newsstand copy of Justice League of America 192. George Perez cover art. This is also a key. It's I think Red Tornado, the origin of Red Tornado, and yeah, George Perez. George Perez is, as you know, if you watch my previous videos, you know, I've been picking up George Perez books in all my haul videos, and so this haul is no different. I have a few George Perez books, and happy to add this one. Got this again for $2. This book's at around 10, so just happy to pick it up. This is another George Perez book I picked up. And this is a key for a really disturbing, odd reason. So apparently Tara, who's underage, she's like a teenager, has a relationship with a much older man. So that's what made this controversial. Yeah, Marv Wolfman just being controversial. But anyway, but if you can pick it up for $2 and it's high grade, that's always a win. So yeah, just a great cover. Loving George Perez art. This is actually the first cameo appearance. So he shows up in costume in one of the panels here. So this is his first, technically his first cameo appearance. So this is New Mutants number 35. Again, I found this at Hill of Comics for 3 for 5 in the 3 for 5 bin. So I got it for $1.66. Just a great George Perez cover, and again, key issue, the first cameo appearance of Vigilante. This next book, not worth a lot, just picked it up because it's a beautiful cover. It's actually a wraparound cover, so it folds out. Wonder Woman number 10, and this is from George Perez's. He launched a new volume for Wonder Woman, a more modern take. Wonderful story by Len Wein. And the art is just beautiful. All these Wonder Woman covers, they're just works of art. Like, the way I feel about Peach Momoko is the way I feel about George Perez's works as well. They just, there's just so much going on. And I think he really just kind of created this genre where you just have all these characters and, you know, basically sort of a detailed storytelling, like he's telling, trying to break down the synopsis of the story through the cover. So I thought this cover was especially just you know, full of detail and just amazing to look at. As if you watched my last video, you'll know I picked up this book in the last video. So here's actually the book I picked up at Half Price Books. I picked this one up for 25 cents, and I picked this one up at Geek for 50 cents. So I spent $75 for these two books. And as I mentioned in that previous video, there's 3 variant covers. This is the one I got, and I said, you know, I really want the Todd McFarlane variant though. And luckily Geek had just, so I went there exactly the very next day after I mentioned it in my video. I went there and I ran into it. So I had to pick it for 50 cents. You got to pick it up. So this is the Todd McFarlane Spasm variant. And it's so the theme of this cover is like, you can see here, egos, greed, gimmicks, and exactly that's what's pictured here on the back. Just Spawn with a lot of money and being very gimmicky. Not too much to say about this. We're getting into my Jim Lee books now. Just love this Trinity cover. I did want to pick up the Infinite Crisis #1, the original, which is not an expensive book. It's like $3. So maybe at some point I'll do it. But this was the dollar reprint. So for $1, yeah, I mean, it basically I'm buying it for the cover art, right, and the comic. So the fact that it's a $1 comic is kind of cool too. It's kind of like a dollar variant. It's not like that original is gonna really jump up in value. Maybe if it does at some point, then I'm sure this will follow suit as well. But I'm sure this was overly produced. For me, I just wanted to get that Trinity cover, this great Jim Lee Trinity cover. Yeah, this next Jim Lee cover is again not a character I collect. Aquaman. That's a beautiful cover with Aquaman with his spear or his harpoon, about to take out Green Lantern. The waves crashing behind him. Amazing cover. Jim Lee Aquaman. Gotta love it. Jim Lee Green Lantern as well. So this is the comic I've been wanting for a while. This is Alpha Flight 59. It's a Jim Lee cover and interior, one of his early works for Marvel on that Alpha Flight run. And this is the key. It's the first appearance of Jade Dragon. And that's just a great cover of the drawing of the dragon there. So I always just thought this is a kind of like a preview of what's to come, kind of showcasing Jim's early talent. Beautiful cover. Happy to add this one. This is one I've been wanting. It's a high grade copy. Got it for $2. Superman Unchained #2. The reason it was in the corner bin is because it has this bend there, right there. Borders on a crease. So I'm sure maybe with the press we can get that out. But I mean, this isn't. I mean, even if it was mint, this isn't worth much. It's like a $3 comic, so or $4 comic. So for me, just to have the covers is good. Superman lifting up a tank. Can't go wrong. All right. So this is the Batman 613. It's the Harley Quinn cover, and also Catwoman and Batman are on this cover. Just a beautiful cover. All the Hush Books covers are just really amazing. So having fun picking up these for my Hush run. This is the third book I have in the Hush run, and looking to pick up that whole run. As you know, I'm the self-proclaimed #1 Jim Lee fan, and I'm sure there's nothing. I just like collecting his books, and I haven't seen anything on YouTube. So I picked this one up. A beat up copy of this, not beat up, but it's I would say it was like a 7.0 graded copy of this at I picked it up in Tacoma at Destiny City Comics, and I got it for $1. But Jeff had a really minty, crisp, clean copy. This is mint. This is like 9.0, at least a 9.0, if not higher. And so I was able to pick up a really crispy, clean copy from Jeff for $2.50. So with all the 92 X-Men popularity, this is pretty much X-Men Annual #1. This is the Jim Lee cover from 1992. You just can't get more representative of that, of the X-Men of this era, this cover and this book, the X-Men 92 Annual. So yeah, if you're into Jim Lee like me, or if you're into the X-Men like me, this is definitely one you want to have in this collection. It's not expensive. You can go probably to your comic shop, look through their annual bins, and find it for like $3. So if you do, definitely pick it up. All right. Got another X-Men book for the personal collection. So getting close to, I think now I have 3 issues. Well, actually I have about 5 issues left. 2 of the original #1 variants I have yet to add, and I'm not sure if those are pretty low on my priority because they're pretty common. And I just try to pick these up on the cheap here and there. This one Jeff had, I thought this was a little overpriced, $8, half off, $4. $4 for this copy seemed a little overpriced, but yeah, I mean, I got it because it's a really minty copy. You know, again, a 9.2 or higher, and I just wanted to get it and just kind of check it off my list, not worry about it. So this is the last book I needed to complete my Jim Lee X-Men run. I'm done. I'm free. I am free of Jim Lee X-Men books now. I've completed the run. I got this at Mill Geek for $2. So this was the 5th book from that 5 for 10 pile or bin. And it's a really clean copy too. Couple of like minor spine ticks. I don't know if you can see them. Just a couple, right? Like right there, you see that spine tick right there. Yeah, there's a spine tick there. There's another one right there. It's a couple spine ticks, but other than that, it presents really well. So, you know, I'm giving this a solid 8.5. Nice way to kind of great Rogue Captain Marvel cover, and Jim Lee just doing an amazing job there with this battle between Carol Danvers and Rogue. So for me, yeah, this wasn't like one of my all-time favorite Jim Lee covers, so I just never really bothered to, you know, it wasn't on my list of priorities. But now that I was just one book away, I went into the shops this weekend with the intent of finding this and getting it. Anything above, you know, like a 7.5 or 7.0 or 7.5 would have been good to complete the run. And fortunately, we found it in an 8.5 condition, so very happy. Again, $2. This is a $4 book, or if you go to, you know, Action City Comics, it's a $10 book. But yeah, finally finished with the run. So I'm done with X-Men now. I'm done with Jim Lee X-Men. I didn't even know this book existed, to be honest. Marvel Age 67. I had no idea this book existed. But this is a Jim Lee, early Jim Lee cover. Okay. And it's an amazing cover. It's got Punisher. It's got Wolverine. It's got Namor on the cover. Now, this is, you can tell it's his early art because, I mean, when you compare these two images here, you can just see, like, you can see the progression, right? can see the progression. But yeah, I didn't even know this copy existed. I was just kind of digging through, and I found this Marvel Age, and I thought, oh, that looks like a Jim Lee cover. And it was, and I said, get out of here. Now, the only bad thing about this particular copy is that it's got this rippling. Let me just, I don't normally take out my books, but this is such a cool book. This isn't gonna ever go anywhere. It's always gonna be in my collection, but these sort of lesser known early Jim Lee keys, when people start really honing in on his early work, his early covers, this is definitely going to get more notice. But as you can see, there's this rippling in the book. Let's see if I can catch it in the light here. You see that rippling in the book? Yeah. That rippling just means it needs some TLC. It needs a press. Needs a nice press and clean. That's the only thing wrong with this book. There's just that rippling both on the front and back cover. It's not water damage. It's nothing, it's nothing really major. It's just, I think what happened was it was in a humid environment, and then it kind of dried out and just created that rippling. So again, it just needs a nice press. And I can see it being an 8.0 copy, maybe even a 7.5 to 8.0 copy, with a press, possibly even 8.5. So it definitely, as it is now, it's a 7.0 because of the rippling. But if you press that rippling out, again, it presents well. The color's still good. It's a really decent book. Sure, I'm sure you can tell just from the image there. If it weren't for the rippling, right? You get that rippling out. You can even feel it. You can feel it through the bag. But yeah, that's my haul. So let's go over what I paid. I paid $85 for, again, 25 books. And so if you do the math, 85, I definitely didn't get the value I got out of the half price books run, but this is pretty fair value as well. I paid about $3.50 a book, and I got some pretty decent keys from this haul, as well as a lot of the older books. Again, happy to pick that one up. Really minty Bronze Age book. It's rare to find a Bronze Age book that minty. Picked up another Batman Hush finally completed my X-Men run. What are some of the other notable books I got out of this haul? More, George Perez books. This was probably the best value find. $50 book for 10. Neil Adams book for $2. That's another great find. Yeah, just a lot of really good, just this great Apocalypse cover by David Nakayama. And of course, really the pride of my haul, Peach Momoko books. So again, let me know what you think of this haul. I thought it wasn't as good as my half price books haul in terms of value, but in terms of I think better quality, definitely better grade, overall grades for the books, as well as just more Jim Lee and more modern books, the variant covers. I am really pleased with this pickup. So yeah, hopefully you liked the video. Hit like and subscribe if you did. Tell your family and friends to come check out Otaku's comic book hauls and cover battle videos. It's a good time. And yeah, leave me some comments on what you thought, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.